Good morning, guys. This is April. It is June 25th, 2026. It's about 8 in the morning. It's nice and cool out here in this part of the garden, and I have a few things to do. So the first thing I have to do is take care of a container, and I have to throw the whole thing out, and I will show you why in just a second. According to our good friend Google and a good friend of mine, this plant here, that right there, I'm not going to touch it, is poison ivy. And it is growing in my container here with the chives. Her recommendation, because chives are edible, is to just throw the whole thing out. That's what I'm going to do. I'm okay with throwing it out because I do have chives over here and over here. So I'm going to handle this, and I have gloves and plastic bags and my trash cans nearby. So let's get going with this. Because I don't have long sleeves, this is one recommendation I saw, is to use some plastic trash bags just to protect my arms. I am wearing disposable gloves. I am kind of sad to lose the container itself, but oh well. I also have a trash bag, and I'm going to do my best to cover this up. Alright guys, can you see? Here it goes. So here is my chives and poison ivy going in the trash. Okay, so that container is in the trash. I went a step further, and there were some feverfew plants that were brushing up against it, so I also pulled those out, and those are in the trash can as well. Better be safe than sorry. So how on earth did poison ivy get in my yard? I have no idea. But I read online it could have been contaminated soil. It could have been a bird that dropped it, which would seem very odd, but nevertheless, if it was poison ivy, it needed to go. So that's done. I have some other things to do today. I do have some neem oil that I found in the garage, and so I'm going to spray some of my plants to see if I can get rid of some of those caterpillars. And yesterday I found a bunch of squash bugs. I hate squash bugs, guys, and I had caught a couple before I went on vacation and killed those. And then when I came back yesterday, or was in the garden yesterday, I saw a whole bunch of them. So I have a spray that's a kill on contact spray. So I did use some of that, but I'm actually going to go ahead and spray the leaves of that plant with the neem oil, because they did have some eggs on there that I did remove. But and then it looks like my garden has some caterpillar damage, and so I'm hoping that will help with that. So I'm going to take care of that. What else do I have to do, guys? I feel like I have some general cleanup to do in the garden. I've been too busy and it's been too hot. I feel like I might be able to get some things done this morning. The side garden is where I'm sitting now, and this is shaded and much cooler than the back garden, so I'll probably head over there and see if there's anything I need to do there. Any major cleanup is going to have to wait till temperatures fall out of these 100-degree triple digits and lower, because I just don't do well in the heat. So I'm participating in the collaboration with Miss Janita. Let's share our plant success or disaster stories. And so tell me, do you think that this poison ivy randomly landing in this container is a disaster? I think it is. I've never had that happen before. I wasn't even sure what poison ivy looked like, actually. So anyway, crisis averted there. It's not the end of the world. The nice thing about chives, and I have these two other containers, is I can separate them into clumps, and I probably will at some point. But let's go see what we can get done in the back garden. I'll probably do a garden chit chat video later this week, because I have some plans for the back garden, and want to share some of that. So let's go switch to the other garden where it's warmer, and get moving there. There's nothing to really show you on these plants. I did film the other day, and I had a bunch of blossoms that were dying off. They all dried out in the heat, so it's called blossom drop. Hopefully they'll recover after the heat moderates in the next, hopefully, couple of weeks. We still have, how much time do we have? Our growing season ends the middle-ish of October. So we still have some time. I'll keep them watered, keep them alive, and let's go see what else you might want to see. Look, oh, this is exciting. This corn here is beginning to tassel. Oh, look at that. I don't see any ears of corn forming yet, though. It's been a long time since I grew corn, so I don't remember how that works. If it's supposed to produce the ears and then tassel, or tassel and then produce the ears, I don't know. Corn might be a bust this year, but it's an experiment. And it is one of the things the bugs are not getting to. Isn't that funny? All right, what's next? Okay, I'm over at the cantaloupe, and do you see this? Do you see that part? I don't know if you can see that. Behind that flower, there's a little bulge. That will be a cantaloupe, a baby one if it gets pollinated. My lemon verbena over there is doing great. I have some borage that's about to flower again. And I think these are all, can you see those? Cucumbers over there, which is funny that they're in clumps like this because I know I planted them back there, so they must have shifted in the soil. I'm excited about that. Let's check the watermelon. Well, this zinnia is blooming, and look at how tall I've got my watermelon plant is. I am wrapping it because I want to train it to go above the trellis. And this, guys, look, a baby watermelon. I hope it got pollinated, unless that flower hasn't opened yet. But yay! So I am training this to go up and hopefully around this trellis. My green beans are popping up over here. Gosh, guys, I don't know what happened. They all didn't come up, but at least I have enough. And then these tomatoes here. Are they suffering from the same blossom drop? Probably, but look, I do have a tomato right there. I do try to come out and shake these in the morning. That allows these good flowers here to shake the pollen down and hopefully produce tomatoes even in this heat. But it's just been so hot. Most of these aren't doing anything. They will when the weather moderates. While watering your garden, pay attention to little things. Look at this. This is a radish that is going to seed. And I've just learned that these pods at this stage are actually edible. Now, I'm not going to do that because I have no desire, but I am going to let these stay on here until they're dry, and then I can harvest them and have more radish seeds. Isn't that cool? What little things do you have growing that you haven't noticed? While watering the garden this morning, I also found this plant, and I've seen it before. We have squirrels that like to hide peanuts, and this is a peanut plant. It is pretty neat. I have a couple of them. They won't produce anything. Our growing season here is just too short. But a couple of years ago, I pulled it up, and it was kind of neat to see all the little tiny, would have been peanuts, but this plant will be killed by frost. So I just thought it'd be kind of cool to show you what a peanut plant looks like if you haven't grown them. Now, I don't know which zones you have to be in, probably a frost-free area to grow peanuts, but isn't that kind of cool? This broccoli plant has been in my garden since April, and it did not start producing a head until the other day, and it is super tiny, maybe the size of a quarter. But do you see how it's not a tight, compact head? It's actually going to seed. It's bolting, which is not uncommon. It should do that because these are cool season vegetables, meaning they should be planted in spring or fall. But I'm going to leave it in because I want the I just want to see what it flowers. I figure it's better to have this in the yard or in the garden than to have a bunch of weeds. And yes, yeah, this has a lot of weeds in it. And I do have a lot of empty beds here this year. Even my husband commented on that, and it's just been one of those years that it's okay to let some of these beds lie fallow. And we can talk about that in another video too. So anyway, I also want to share my broccoli here, whether you think that's a success or failure. If you get seed from a plant, I personally think if you can replant that seed, then that's a success. So what will happen is this will produce, I believe, yellow flowers. And then I'll have more broccoli seed. But anyway, guys, that's probably enough for today. This is our view from our backyard. There's a little haze to the sky because of all the smoke from the wildfires in Oregon. I don't know what the AQI is today. It's been in the orange unhealthy range the last few days, but I hope today will be better. So anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this bit of a plant update. Let me know if you think I have successes or failures, and if you've enjoyed this mini tour. I will see you in the next video. Bye.